Hello everyone, this is the weekly Zera Shimshon on the Parashat. This week's Parashat Toldot. We're going to talk about the Beracha, the blessing of Yitzchak that gave to Yaakov Avinu, Aleihem Shalom. So, during the whole process of the blessing, Yitzchak tells Yaakov to come closer. And Yitzchak smells Yaakov and he says, oh, Vayarach edriach begadav, he smelled the smell of his clothes. And he says, what a beautiful smell. The smell of my son is like the smell of the sadeh, of the fields that was blessed from Akadosh Baruch Hu. So the Midrash says, Rashi brings the Midrash, Vayarach edriach begadav. When he smelled the smell, he was smelling the smell of his clothing. So he says, Al tikre begadav ela bogedav. Don't read the word begadav, his clothing, but read it bogedav. Bogedav means his rebels. That you can smell the smell of the rebels, the one that are rebellious Jews, and still they smell like the smell of Gan Eden. And then the Midrash, another Midrash says like this, that when you smell, and he says, Vayar, he said like this, he said, Riach beni ki riach hasadeh asher berachu Hashem, that he saw the Beit HaMikdash being built, and he saw the Beit HaMikdash being destroyed, and he saw the Beit HaMikdash being built again. So this Midrash is very interesting. Why is Yitzchak Avinu needs to see the building of the Beit HaMikdash, the destruction of the Beit HaMikdash, and the building again of the Beit HaMikdash? And also another question that Zera Shimshon asks is, why did Yitzchak give the blessing to Yaakov even though he knew and he saw that they're going to be Bogedim, they're going to have Jews that are going to be rebellious? Because we saw when Yitzchak himself got the berachot, the pasuk says, "Vayivarech Elohim et Yitzchak." Hashem is the one that blessed Yitzchak. The Rashi says over there in the Parashat that Avraham didn't want to give blessing himself to Yitzchak. Why? Because he saw that Esav will come out of him and he will be a Rasha, a wicked person. So if Avraham saw that a wicked person will come out of Yitzchak, so he didn't want to give the blessing to Yitzchak. So why is Yitzchak himself gives the blessing to Yaakov, knowing that wicked people will come out from Yaakov as well? So that's the two questions of the Zera Shimshon. So the Zera Shimshon explained to answer the question why, even though we have wicked people in the Jewish nation, he didn't bother Yitzchak to give the blessings to Yaakov. It's because, like we say in the Gemara, two things. First of all, afilu rekanim shebach milim mitzvot karimon. The Gemara says, even though we have a lot of Jews that are ignorant and they're wicked and they don't do nothing, but even the empty ones, the Jews that are empty of Torah and mitzvot, are still full of mitzvot. And also, we said that the Poshem shel Israel and Esh shel Geinam sholetim bahem, that even the wicked person of the Jewish nation that are sinning, still the fire of Geinam will not consume them. And the Mefarshim explain will not consume them, meaning that the fire will consume all the Averot, but at the end of the day they will come out purified from the punishment, and then we have a Jewish clean, pure Neshama. Meaning that Yitzchak understood that there's a big difference between Esav, the wicked, or the Jewish people that are wicked. That the Goyim, the other nations, when they're wicked, they have no salvations. You don't give them any blessing. When a Jewish person, even if he's wicked, even if he's ignorant, even if he doesn't do anything, still, even if he rebels against Hashem, at the end of the day, there's always room and place for him to do teshuvah, to come back to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Like the Midrash himself, and Rashi quotes the story of Yosef Meshita. Yosef Meshita story was by the time of the destruction of the Beit HaMikdash. The Romans were very scared. Who was going to come in to start stealing all the gold that was inside the Echal in the temple? People were very scared to come inside the temple. It was a very holy place, and they knew it was dangerous for someone that's impure to come inside. So they asked for a Jew to come in first, so we shall see what happened to him. So they announced, they advertised, whoever goes inside first will be allowed to take for himself whatever he takes out. And they tried to look for someone, and everybody refused. Nobody was willing to go inside until one person, his name was Yosef Meshita, he said, you know what, I'll go in myself. Don't worry, I will go, but the first thing I take is mine. I told him, for sure, no problem. So he was like this, wicked, rebellious. He didn't care about no one. Every Jew was scared to go in, and he, the other way, works with the Romans to go inside and start the stealing of the gold in the temple. He walks inside the Hechal, the holy temple. What does he take out with him? He takes out the menorah, the chandelier, 7 branches full of gold, made out of pure gold, and he takes it out for himself. The Romans told him, what are you doing? What are you taking this for yourself? They told him, you said we had a deal. If I come in, whoever comes in will get for himself the first thing he takes. He says, yes, for sure, but this is too fancy for you. You're a simple man. This is go for the palace of the emperor, not for yourself. Go back inside, take something else for yourself. We cannot let you take. So then Yosef Meshita says, no, I cannot go back inside. So they took away the chandelier from him, and they told him, no, go back. They tried to force him to come back, and he refused. They told him, if you don't come back, we'll kill you. He said, go ahead. It's enough for me that I'd made my master, my creator, upset once. I won't do it again. And then the Midrash says that they took 4 horses and they connected each of his leg and the arm to the horse, and they made the horses move, and they tried to convince him to change his mind. And while he was dying, he did teshuvah, and he asked Hashem for forgiveness. So you see, even the most rebellious Jew that was willing to work with the Romans to go and to steal from the temple, at the end of the day, returns to Hashem, asks for forgiveness, and is willing to give his life for it. So this is the difference between a wicked Jew and a wicked non-Jew. That a wicked non-Jew, you don't want to give him any blessing. Why? Because there's no salvation for him. But a Jew, even if he's wicked, is always the doors of Teshuvah open for him. And also, regarding the other question we had, why did Yitzchak needed to see the building and the destruction and the rebuilding of the Beit HaMikdash? So the Zera Shimshon brings the Midrash about Shlomo HaMelech, that when Shlomo HaMelech built the temple, he prayed that HaKadosh Baruch Hu should answer all the prayers from the people coming to pray. But Shlomo HaMelech made a condition. He said, Hashem, if let's say somebody comes and he asks for Parashat, he said, Hashem, I want to be a millionaire, I want billions, hundreds and millions of dollars. But let's say money is no good for him. Maybe if he's going to be too rich, he's going to destroy his life. So Shlomo HaMelech prayed to Hashem that even though you're going to listen to the prayers, if it's not good for the one asking, please do not give him. Do not fulfill his requests. And this is what Yitzchak saw. Yitzchak Avinu saw the building of Beit HaMikdash, that Hashem will listen to our prayers, will give you everything. And I'm giving now, Yitzchak says to Yaakov, I'm giving you all the blessings. But the same way that Shlomo HaMelech prayed for the building of Beit HaMikdash, that if it's not good for you, then you should not benefit from it. So Yitzchak also prayed that through the generations, if it's not going to be good for the Jewish nation to be so rich and to get so much blessings, then Hashem should not provide. He should provide exactly what's good for us, not too much if it's not good for us. And Bezrat Hashem is also the building of the Beit HaMikdash, the rebuilding of the Beit HaMikdash, that Bezrat Hashem b'yamenu HaKadosh Baruch Hu will build the Beit HaMikdash. Mashiach's kingdom will come. We're not going to have Shibud Malchuyot anymore. And we're going to be able to come back to Yerushalayim, to see the temple, to see all the miracles, to see the presence of God in the Beit HaMikdash, and to be able to bring all the korbanot and offerings in the Beit HaMikdash. And Bezrat Hashem, b'mira b'yaminu amen, all the tefillot and all the yeshuot of everyone shall be answered, Bezrat Hashem, b'zchut this limud and b'zchut kol klal Yisrael. Shabbat shalom and chazak u'baruch.